Namaste, my dear brothers and sisters. The love and blessings of the Mother and Sri Aurobindo to all of you. I'll share with you a typical story. There's a person who has learned the physical practices of yoga, the asanas and pranayamas, and he does them regularly. But then he's regular with them for a few months and then stops. And starting them, stopping them keeps happening for a few weeks. He'll be doing them for a few weeks. He won't. For a few months, he'll do them. For a few months, he won't. Because we all have our busy and lazy periods when something that seems to be dispensable, something that doesn't appear absolutely essential, we stop doing. Now, he's going through one of these phases when he has not been doing these practices for the last few months. And then one day, what happens while bending down to lift up a heavy weight, or maybe sometimes even something very light like a pen, he bends forwards and twists the back a little, and then he has severe acute back pain. And then he goes through a chain of thoughts. See, it happened because I have not been doing yoga for the last many months. No, yoga is not these physical practices only, but then you understand what I mean. So he says that it happened because I have not been doing yoga for so many days, so many months. And I know yoga is good for back pain. So let me do yoga today. And the more I do, the better it will be. Like, if I take only one tablet of painkiller, it will be good. But then if I take two, it will be even more effective. So he does all the physical practices of yoga that he has learned and does them with great vigor and enthusiasm, and sometimes even more strenuous postures he does, which he didn't do earlier regularly. If earlier he held a posture for 10 seconds, today he tries to hold it for 20 seconds. And then what is the result? The result is that his back pain actually gets worse. And then he goes to the doctor. Doctor, I got back pain. I thought, let me first try yoga because I heard yoga is good for back pain, but actually my pain got worse. Now, it's not really yoga that is to blame. Because if a person gets acute back pain like this, then the practice that is recommended on the first day is just lying down on a firm mat or a bed with the legs folded and then pressing the back against the mat or the bed. And while pressing the back down towards the floor, it can be synchronized with breathing. So one presses the back against the floor or the mat or the bed every time while breathing out. So while breathing in, the abdomen goes up, and while breathing out, the abdomen goes down. And as the abdomen is going down, one also presses the back against the mat. And ideally, one should synchronize it not only with breathing, but also with chanting and visualization. Inhale, breathe out, press and chant. And this can go on for 2 days or so. And after that, a few more practices can be added. And it may be easily about 2 months before the person is able to do all the practices that he was doing earlier. The last ones that he will start doing after about 2 months will be the acute forward bending postures like Padahastasana or Paschimottanasana. And these will still have to be done carefully with some variation. For example, in Padahastasana, he'll not only do it slowly and consciously, but also with the feet a little spread apart, what's called Prasarit Padahastasana. That's what he will be doing. And then he'll find that it will actually help him not get into a similar situation again if he stays regular with the physical practices. So, why I told you this story was because this is a fairly common story. I might have dramatized this a bit, but this happens so often, and one can't blame yoga for it. What one can blame is partial knowledge. That's why it said half knowledge is dangerous. But then, if we take it very literally, we can't do anything because who has the full knowledge? At least I don't. But same time, one knows, where to draw that line between knowledge that I have being enough to take action, or should I seek expert advice? Thank you.